How have you not seen this?
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Hey guys, and welcome to Rob the Fiasco Reviews, where I do movie reviews, TV reviews, trailer reactions, and a lot more. So if you're new to this channel and you want to see more of this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Alright, so I'm going to try a new segment here, where once a week I go over either a TV show or a movie that I watch, that I've seen, and I think that you should be watching yourself. You might have seen it, you might not have seen it, I don't know. This week I'm going to start off with a classic. So if you haven't seen it, you're crazy. I'm sorry. This show is one of the best comedies ever created. It's definitely top 5. If not, it has to be top 10 on your list. And if you haven't seen it, I'm going to give you the reasons why you need to drop everything and watch this show after this video is done. This show was originally made in the UK and it was brought to the US, and that's kind of where I think it blew up. It has an amazing ensemble cast. The writing is amazing. The acting is amazing. Just all around, there are very few seasons where the show falters. It's shot in a way that not a lot of shows use, and if you haven't noticed by the music yet, I'm talking about The Office. Now I get it, there's a UK version, and a lot of people say it's better, but for now I'm talking about the US version. This video here, I'm going to be talking about the main character Michael Scott, and 2 other relationships being Jim and Pam, and Jim and Dwight. And then after that, I'm going to be talking about all the rest of the cast, and reasons why you should be watching the show if you haven't. If you've seen The Office, then stick around because you might hear something that you like. So The Office is a show that's shot in a mockumentary style, which means there are segments of the show where the characters talk directly to the camera to give you more information or to give you just parts to laugh at in general. And now I'm going to start off with Michael Scott. They work at a paper company in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and he's the manager of this office. Michael Scott, played by Steve Carell, might be one of the best portrayals of a character, the best acted out comedy actor in a series, possibly of all time. Comment down below if you disagree with me and give me your reason and give me the character who you think is better than Michael. He's hilarious, but he doesn't know he's hilarious. He's so awkward. His delivery is perfect. You know, that's what she said?
That's what she said.
I mean, it's not, you don't hear that too often. He was kind of the person who originated that whole thing. Every scene that he's in, he makes you feel so awkward that there could be someone in the world that exists that's actually like that. But he's lovable and he constantly stumbles over himself, always making mistakes, but you always forgive him. You always feel for him because he loves the people that he works with and he loves the company that he works for. There's no better character that you want to root for than Michael Scott in the show. He's the main reason why you come back to it. And to be honest, I had another favorite character that I'll be talking about later, and when I rewatched this show, because I've seen it probably 4 or 5 times all the way through, and just Michael, he can't be replaced. He is, if there's any reason to watch this show, it's Michael. Now the next thing I'm going to talk about is the relationship between Pam and Jim. Now this is just a love story for the ages. It's not always easy. It's not just like Romeo and Juliet. It's not the happiest story all the time. These two have the most amazing chemistry on screen. You wonder if they're dating in real life. That's how good it is. It just feels so real. They just play off each other so well. The casting's amazing. Once you watch this show, if you already haven't, you'll notice that they just make sense. And they do have several arcs in this. It's not just easy. They have their ups and they definitely have their downs. It's a very realistic relationship. It doesn't seem just like a TV relationship where they're always happy and everything's la 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 all the time. It's really real, and I really commend the writers for writing 2 compelling characters and keeping that consistent for such a long run. Because this show is 8 or 9 seasons long, and I'm never tired of their romance and the arc that we're led through. Now the third kind of pairing that I want to talk about is Jim and Dwight. Now, Jim and Dwight. Dwight is a character that I talked about earlier. He is, personally, I think he's the funniest person in the show. Michael's also very funny. Jim's also very funny. The show doesn't lack hilarious characters. But for some reason, Dwight, he was always my favorite character. And if you watch the show, if you already haven't, and please, if you haven't watched the show, it's hilarious how serious he is and how serious he takes his job. And the reason why I'm talking about Jim and Dwight together is because Jim might be, YouTube is big for pranks. Jim might be the best pranker on YouTube or maybe in the world. The amount of money that Jim spends, if you were to break it down realistically, I'm sure someone did that somewhere. The amount of money and the amount of time and the amount of just love that Jim puts into these pranks. The back and forth that they have as well is fantastic. You can feel that this casting and the show was casted perfectly. Jim and Dwight, they play off each other. This is kind of vague talk because I don't want to spoil anything. One of the other million reasons you need to watch the show is to see the interaction between Jim and Dwight, because you will not regret watching this show. Now, the final thing that I want to talk about is the rest of the cast. There are very few shows and very few comedy shows that you could talk about and say, literally every person in this show is hilarious. I think the whole cast is maybe 10 plus people. I mean, there's Michael we talked about, there's Jim who we talked about, there's Pam who we talked about, there's Dwight who we talked about, and there's Phyllis, there's Stanley, there's Creed, there's Meredith, there's Toby, who, don't name your child Toby, that's all I'm going to say if you want him to be loved. Because Toby is someone who, if you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about, but Toby's just hated. There's Kevin, there's Oscar, there's Kelly, there's Ryan. Comment down below if I forgot anyone. But this cast, literally everybody has their own personality, their own reason why you love them, why you love watching them on the show. And it's just Google any of the characters I just named and then funny moments, and I promise you there will be several compilation videos showing you how funny the show is. Let me just throw this bonus thing on top. The show is structured, every episode starts off with kind of a skit. It's usually a prank that I talked about, prank between Jim and Dwight. If you watch the show, comment down below. If you haven't, watch the show and then comment down below. Name one opening scene that The Office has provided you that's not laugh out loud hilarious. The show has over 200 episodes. I want to say even over 250 episodes. And somehow they manage to knock it out of the park. Every single episode begins on a high note. There's no filler episodes. There's no, they took an episode off. They hit it out of the park every single episode. And I need you to watch the show. Comment down below if I missed anything. If you watch this, good for you. If you haven't, I hope this video makes you want to watch The Office. Because Jesus, how is everyone in the world not seeing the show? This should be mandatory. You learn your ABCs, you watch The Office. That's A and B. Alright guys, rant over. That's it. I'm done. If you liked this new segment, please comment down below. Tell me what you thought. I'm going to be including these maybe once a week. Movies, TV shows that I watch and I love that I feel like more people should be watching. So comment down below. Again, if you're new to this channel and you like this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you get updates of when I upload next. My social media is linked down below, so follow me on that. Stay active, guys. I love that. If you liked what you saw here, hit the thumbs up button, guys. Give me some thumbs up. And remember, there is no spoon. I declare bankruptcy! You'll get that soon enough.